Is the colour of your lips actually the same colour as your willy head? Does nipple colour matter? How often do guys masturbate? I mean, now we're in this situation, you can't leave the house. What's going on, guys? It's Adam Wayfit, and in today's video we are going to be doing part 2 of answering questions that girls have always wanted to ask but have been too afraid to ask it. You lot seem to enjoy my opinion, so I'm going to give more of my opinion and try and answer some of these questions. Some of these ones are quite, raunchy. Apparently you lot want to know quite a few things about boys, but you have been too afraid to ask them, so I'm going to be the boy to answer all the questions and speak on behalf of all boys. No, I can't do that. But we're going to try and ease your minds. We're going to try and make sure that you understand what boys are like. Because I'm sure, you've had some situations where you've been confused about what's going through a boy's mind and you have no idea what they are thinking. So I've got my guru cap on and we're gonna answer these questions. Let's get right into it and try and answer some of the questions that you've been too afraid to ask us boys. Right, so the first question is, do guys actually brag about how many girls they have been with? Yeah. Now, I think immature younger boys probably do this more than mature men like myself. But I think, just boys in general have always liked the sense of competition, whether it's football, sports, or anything, to do with competing with other people. But I think when boys are first able to go out clubbing and go pubbing, wow, that clubbing and pubbing. Oh. It's like letting the dogs unleash. They've been in the cage their whole life, and then you release the hounds, and the hounds go out and do the humping. It's just like quite an insecure thing to brag about. You're like, oh look, I do get girls. I shag loads of women. It's like, well done, mate. How's your chlamydia going? Bet your syphilis isn't there. Have you had a call from herpes recently? But yeah, boys do brag about how many girls they have slept with. Right, so this next question, I like this one. It's, why do guys try hard to get a girl, and then when they do, they act like a dickhead? If you've been following this channel for ages, you know dickhead's a good thing. So let's change that word to, why do they act like knobheads? That's better, not a dickhead, a knobhead. Now, there's that old saying that people say, it's like you want what you can't have, which is quite silly. So you like the chase, and then as soon as you have it, you don't want it anymore. I think it's actually quite a sad thing to get a girl's hopes up and think that you like them, and then suddenly just disappear. It's like fishing. You're fishing in, and then you catch the fish, and then you let the fish go, and you've already hurt the fish with the hook. Wow, analogies. I don't know what that dance was. I'm going to sit down again. Now, I'm not speaking on behalf of all boys, but I think boys can get distracted easily, especially with Instagram, Tinder. You're like literally on Tinder, you're sat there swiping through different people, saying yes or no to people. How are you going to focus on one person if that's your mentality? Like, nope, don't want that one, don't want that one. Yeah, I want that one. Oh, and that one. Doesn't work out. The next question is, how often do guys masturbate? I mean, now we're in this situation and can't leave the house. Maybe 8 times a day. It's funny how awkward like the topic of masturbation is. I'm not going to go into it because I'll get awkward, and I'm not that kind of channel. I mean, it makes you feel good, so I reckon like a couple times a week. That's it. That's the thing about being a boy, just having a willy. It's just there all the time, isn't it? Like, oh, you're right, mate. The next question follows up on this one. You lot are into these willy conversations. I guess this is why you're too afraid to ask boys. So I'll just take the full awkwardness of it and answer the questions. How often do you guys get erections? Now, this is like, when I was younger, it just used to pop up all the time. Like, why is that happening? I remember when I first started getting them, I was like, what? Why is this randomly happening everywhere? And it would always happen at the most awkward places. Like, I'd be on a beach just walking, and then you're like, oh, sit. This is why I shouldn't talk about these subjects. But yeah, it all comes down to blood flow, and I don't know why in the morning that morning glory thing is a thing, but it's true. And why? Like, why? But yeah, it's totally random, so it can happen randomly. I think 3 times a day. Is that just me, boys? I don't know. Am I just exposing my... Yeah, probably that. That's quite a lot, isn't it? Do you guys ever think about having a family? I think for me personally, I'd think about having children in the future if I was in a relationship. Obviously in my head, I'm like, oh yeah, I can't wait for the future. I can't wait to have a wife and kids in the future. But that's not on my mind constantly, because that sounds a bit stressful. And I need to find a girlfriend first. So like, I'm not just going to pop out babies on my own. Is it true guys think about getting with their girlfriends at least once? Now this is like meaning that if you have, friends that are girls, do you think about making out with them, etc., etc.? Now, I have thought about it like a few times, but it's not always, because you don't want to make it awkward. And when I'm friends with a girl, I don't want to make it awkward like that. Oh, I fancy you, and it's just weird tension. I think if you're friends with the opposite sex and you get on and you can do fun things, there obviously is that kind of thing in your brain where you're like, oh, maybe do I fancy this person? Maybe I do fancy them. And then you're like, no, we're just friends. It'll make it weird. That would be weird. So let's just move on. The next question is the colour of your lips actually the same colour as your willy head? I don't know. I've never been asked that question before. Is that a thing? Okay, I'm gonna 1 second. Okay, I'm back. It's somewhat true. That's so weird. Who thought of that? I don't like that now. I'm just going to look at my lips every time and be like, oh, willy head. The next question is, does nipple colour matter? Nipple colour. What is that? What does that mean? The nipple colour's different? That just shows, I think that answers the question. It doesn't really matter to me. Like, I didn't know that they were different colours sometimes. No, not sometimes. They don't just change. Oh wow, my nipple's blue. I think that's actually really strange if a guy is put off by a nipple colour. Like, it's a nipple, like, get over it. Like, imagine if they're like triggered at the thought of a different nipple colour. I love you, babe. I'd love you too, yeah, but I don't like your nipple colour. Not a thing. Surely it's not a thing. Surely. Do you guys find it cute when girls get mad? I'm gonna say no. I don't like it when anyone's mad. It's just a bit of a bad vibe. It's a bad energy. If a girl's mad and they're shouting at me, why would I like it? Like, oh yeah, continue to shout at me. Annoy me some more. But I guess people that are like into toxic relationships and they love arguing just to fill up time and just to do something. I guess there are some people out there that would love an argument. Oi babe, you're a silly sausage, tell me off. Weirdest fantasy that most guys have. Now this is the weirdest fantasy that I've heard about, and it's like rugby boys or like bodybuilders or really big henchmen love to kind of be dominated. And like put in their place, and it's so interesting. Like, you'd never expect such a huge, person wanting to be submissive. That's the word, submissive. They like being submissive. Oh my god, that's not me, because I'm not big. If I was getting dominated, I'd get squished, and I wouldn't like that. I guess also like feet fetishes is strange. Like, I've tried to like a foot. Like, I've looked at a foot and gone, no, it just doesn't hit me like some people love feet. I just don't like feet. Their feet, they've been in socks all day, being all cramped up in a heel. Do you know what I mean? Like in a boot, a shoe, anything, a slipper. No. And they need to be washed too much. I can't find anything attractive about that. Why are guys always scared to commit? Well, I should ask myself that question. I think personally for me, I'm not necessarily scared to commit. I'm just more scared of the unknown. So I've never been in a full-on long-term relationship, and I'm so independent and I know how to like get by on my own that I don't know if someone else being in the picture will irritate me. But also, it's more overthinking. It's creating scenarios in your head that aren't going to happen, and then by the time you've actually got the balls to kind of pursue anything, it's just, over and done with. Me personally, I just need to stop overthinking and just fucking do it. Do you know what I mean? Just go and do it. Just see what it's like, and then if I like it, then boom, job's done. Waif is taken. Right, so the next question is, do guys like cuddling without sex? I love a cuddle. I personally love a cuddle. Like, I'd cuddle all day. Cuddling's great, especially in this time. Like, I just cuddle, fall asleep, nap, cuddle, wake up, eat, sleep, cuddle, repeat. Like, that's fine. I used to say this old thing back in the day because of Geordie Shore, and it used to be like, spooning leads to forking. I need to fork off. So the next question is, biggest insecurities. Now, I think if I was to speak on all boys' kind of like deepest insecurities, I think all boys are low-key concerned about their willy size. Like, even if they have, a good-sized one, they're probably like, there's someone else that's bigger. I don't know. That's not just me. But it all comes down to the thing before, like, boys are really competitive, and especially with other boys. If you look at boys' biggest insecurities in relation to toxic masculinity, I reckon boys are very jealous of other boys, and, they have to stand their guard and protect their girl. And I think that can cause quite a lot of bad toxic energy. So it's, I've got to fight to show that I am the male. The alpha male. I've got to get really ripped because I am the alpha male. Like, I've got to act tough and show no emotion because I am the alpha male. And I think that's just a lot of insecurity. Like, just have some feminine energy and you'll be fine. You don't have to be a fighter. You don't have to be cold-hearted. Just let all the love flow. I give good advice, but I never listen to it. I should probably take, you know, a leaf out of my own book. What's so nice about boobs or bum? It's just like squidgy, innit? Like, it's just comfortable. It's like a pillow. I'm just, but I don't know. I don't know what it is. I really don't know. I don't think I can actually explain it, because if you deep it, like, boobs are just balls of fat. You know, they're just great, innit? This is the only question. I don't have anything deep to say about it. How would you feel if your girlfriend was good friends with her ex? See, now, I'm not the jealous type when it comes to people's exes, unless they're in regular contact. Like, I don't see the issue with them being friends and civil and, you know, the past in the past. But, like, hanging out and stuff and texting all the time, they're an ex for a reason. Do you know what I mean? Like, thank you next, not thank you text. I mean, like, I'd have to be friends with him. Now, this is where the toxic masculinity comes out. I'd have to shake his hand and be like, we're friends now, mate. You wanna text my girlfriend? You're texting me as well. The same thing. You wanna call her? You're calling me. You wanna come round and say hi as a friendly visit? You're saying hi to me as well. You wanna send her a picture of your dick that she didn't ask for? You're sending it to me, or no, you're not. No, don't do that. But anyways, guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a cheeky thumbs up and share it around your friend. Thoroughly enjoyed doing these kind of question videos. If you have any other ideas on what sort of video I should do, please comment it down below. But anyways, I will see you in my next video. Peace out.
Yes. Put a spell on